So my name is Sarah, and I posted on my Instagram this past week some pictures of my makeup looks, and a lot of people asked for some tutorials on those looks. And I also asked you guys which color-based look you guys wanted to see first. And the top two were actually the peach and red looks. Maybe next week or whenever I upload a new video, I'll do the peach look for you. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that I would normally do if I'm starting my makeup routine is obviously skincare, wash your face, and then put on a primer, moisturizer, SPF. I already did that, and I'll show you guys more of like a full face makeup in another video. This will just be more focused on the eye look for today. This is super important. Primer. Okay, notice that I didn't put concealer on my eyelid because your eyelids are already oily to begin with. Probably shouldn't even be touching them right now because I'm just messing with that oil. In fact, when I put like my moisturizer, I put SPF, I put like a face primer. I don't put anything on my eyelids because you don't want to put any more products than you need to, because you'll notice that if you put, if it's too oily on your eyelids and then you put eyeshadow on and you blink and you go through your day, you're gonna see like creases, or it's just gonna like kind of wash off because of the oils on your eyelids. So that's why I think it's super important to get a primer, an eye primer, okay, specifically for your eyes. I got a white one because I wanted the colors to be more vibrant that went on top. It's kind of like a chalky substance. It's not as dry as chalk, more like a crayon-y thing. So it's very, very dry. And that's the point. It's trying to bring like a dryness to your eyelids. And so, long story short, that's why I don't put concealer on my eyelids, because I don't want to add any extra moisture. I just put this. This is the very first thing I put on my eyelids after I wash my face. Very first thing. I probably shouldn't be using my finger for this step, but I'm just very, very gently dabbing. Now, as most of you guys know probably, I have a science background. I have a degree in chemistry, and right now I'm working as an analytical chemist. So in my everyday life, I usually look at things and I think like of the science behind it, and if I don't know about it, I'm really curious and I try to look things up to understand them more. Honestly, it makes my life so much more interesting when I understand the science behind it, or at least I'm curious. So I kind of wanted to share like some real life examples of cool science things. But right now I'm gonna start with the shadows. So I'm the worst at cleaning my brushes. I'm the worst, okay? So don't come at me for that. I'll show you guys how I clean my brushes one day, but it might not happen for a while. So what I'm doing right now, sorry you can't see, I have a paper towel, okay? This is how like cheap I am with my makeup. Don't think you have to be super rich to do makeup. I have a paper towel, and I'm just taking my brush, which has purple on it for my last makeup look, and I'm just wiping it on there. Okay, so I have a Morphe palette, and it's 9D, it's called Painted Desert. It's really pretty. It's like a desert toned palette. And there's a perfect color for me to use as my transition color. So the transition color that you're gonna use is one that almost looks like a shadow on your eyelid. Look, see, I have some oiliness. So it almost looks like a shadow on your eyelid. You don't want it to be a bright, vibrant color, and you don't want it to be too light. You don't want it to be the exact color of your skin. You want it to be a nice transition between brighter colors and your skin. So let me start out on this eye. So you're gonna see what I mean. See how it's like getting closer to my skin tone, but you can also see that it's not my skin tone. Once I put a few more layers, you're gonna really see. And that's another thing, guys, with eyeshadow, build, okay? You just wanna build. I haven't come across an eyeshadow that's like perfect on the first swipe. You gotta get more pigment and put it on. Okay, so for the science examples, it's really cool because I was actually doing research for this when I was helping teach Gen Chem in college, general chemistry. And so there's a relationship between volume and pressure. And you guys all know this example, you guys have all experienced it. But now hopefully you can understand why it happens. So when you're in a plane and you're rising up in altitude, you notice that there's pressure building up in your ears, right? there's like, it almost gives you a headache, you wanna get rid of it, so you pop your ears. Now that's a terrible word to use, pop, because you're not actually popping anything. What you're doing is when you're chewing gum or you yawn to try to pop your ears, you're just opening up a tube, and I forget the name for the tube, but I'll show you so you can see it. You're opening up that tube that goes into your middle ear, and it's allowing air to flow in or flow out, okay? So your ear, it consists of your outer, your middle, and your inner ear. The outer ear is just this part, the part that you decorate with earrings and stuff. Middle ear is in the middle, and then inner ear, it's inner, okay? It's not that complicated. So with your outer ear, the pressure that's in your outer ear is just the pressure that's outside in the world, atmospheric pressure, whatever pressure you're at in the world. And then your middle ear is sealed off from that, so it's at a different pressure. And in order to equalize with the outside pressure, you open that tube by yawning or chewing gum. And so when you're rising in elevation, that's the word, elevation, the air around you, it's a lower pressure because you're getting closer to space, so there's less air molecules around you. So because the pressure's lowering as you're going up, the pressure in your middle ear is staying the same as it was before you went in the plane. So the volume in your middle ear is starting to get bigger because it's expanding as the outer ear has less pressure in it, less air pressure, and so it needs to equalize. And the way to equalize it is by popping your ears. So you yawn or chew gum, and then it allows air to leave through that tube, so now it's at an equal pressure, okay? So when you descend in a plane, it's doing the same, but opposite, obviously. When you go to pop your ear, air goes inside that tube and fills it up, okay? Because you'll notice that when you go down in elevation, now you have more of an air pressure on your outer ear, and that middle ear has less air pressure, so it's kind of collapsing. So it needs more air inside of it to get to that correct volume, so that the pressures are equal. So that's the relationship between volume and pressure. I thought that was super cool, because now the next time you need to pop your ear, you know what's going on inside your ears. It's super awesome. I love that. So as you can see, I'm literally just building. Okay? You notice I'm doing different motions. I would swipe, I'm tapping, sometimes doing circular motions. Whatever you think is working for your eyeshadow, I have to do a combination. And also notice I'm not worrying about how far I go. I'll go all the way down here, like I don't care, because I haven't done my face yet. So I'll take a baby wipe and fix that later on, no worries, okay? And build until you feel comfortable. This is a really vibrant look, so I definitely want it to be vibrant in all aspects. I don't want it to be like no transition and then boom, red. So see what I mean? It's like my skin color and then the transition color, and then we're gonna put like a vibrant color there. And don't worry about going too high. Obviously be careful, but if anything, you can go back with concealer and fix that. Finally, I think that's a good color. Also, you want to be light with this. I was kind of having my fingers down here. That's not the right, you don't want to do that because then you're too harsh, too heavy. So you have your fingers out a little bit more, and it just brings like a feathery lightness. Another thing, it really depends on your eye shape. With my eye shape, I noticed that I need more product over here to kind of give it that rounded look. I have hooded eyes, if you notice, like when I open, you can see my eyelid, but it kind of gets hidden more. You can see like this part kind of overlaps on it. And I used to hate that. I still don't like it, but now I've learned to deal with it. And you can still do eye looks with hooded eyelids. It doesn't matter, it's no big deal. Now kind of go out a little bit. You don't want to be too in here, because then you won't have the complete arch. Okay, I think that's good enough. And next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go hard and we are going to put red. Gonna put a vibrant red. This is the case for the brushes, it's super cute. Look guys, purple. I'm terrible at washing my brushes, but it's okay because I got paper towels. Okay, there's barely any purple, right? It still looks like there's purple. It looks like there's purple, but it's gonna be okay. don't worry, trust me. Okay. So now I'm gonna take that red shade, I'm gonna show you guys. And do not be afraid. Get that on there. Do not be afraid. It's okay. It's okay. Now there's a mirror on here, I'm gonna use this. And for this look, I had red more on the outer corners, and then I had like a gold in the inner. So that's what I'm gonna go for. Remember, don't worry about messing up this area, it's fine. Just place it. Okay. Oh, yes. See? Don't be afraid to like oversaturate your brush with color. I mean, unless you're going for more of a dim look, but if you're going for such a vibrant look as this, just go for it. It's okay. Okay, that's already looking good. I'm gonna go back in and get a lot. Just, it washes off. If I had to start all over because I messed it up right now, who cares? Who cares? Now be careful, you don't wanna go too high. In fact, I might have gone a little too high on this one, but it's okay. Makeup is forgiving. Go back with that other brush, and we don't have to clean it off. It has that transition color on it. It's okay. It actually might be better. And then I'm gonna go in with this yellowy orange color. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right where that red meets the transition color. Right where it meets, okay? And then drag it over, okay? You could kind of see it. Oh, that looks good. I like how that's turning out. Okay, it's the yellow, right? Yeah, I'm putting the yellow. So you're gonna, just be careful. You don't wanna drag too much because then you're gonna take away all that red that you put on. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm kind of building it up. I'll give you guys another example of, so this one would be a temperature volume. Yeah, temperature volume relationship. So, and with all of these are gases, okay? So if you have another example that you can think of with gases, these rules apply. But with baking, like when you're baking bread or a cake and you notice that it rises in the oven, why is it doing that? So, you know when you put yeast or baking soda, baking powder in your batter, your dough, what you're doing is you're creating those carbon dioxide gases, and when you put it in the oven, it's heating up those gases, right? And when it heats it up, the volume of those gases is expanding. That's rising. It's so straightforward, like it's so cool. I love how simple science can be. Now you guys know when you bake, you're dealing with gas laws and the relationship between volume and temperature. Now you know when your ears pop, I almost said when your eyes pop, don't let your eyes pop. When your ears pop, it's just a relationship between volume, you know, your middle ear expanding, and pressure. And then the reason why you have to adjust the pressure on your tires is because as temperature goes down, pressure goes down. Which also, if it gets too hot, then your pressure goes up too. Very interesting. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Wow, yeah. So what you might want to do at this point, take your paper towel again. Now, it's not because you're trying to get the color off because it's going to conflict with the colors here. It's just because now you want a decently clean brush so that you can go back up here and just kind of blend. Just make sure everything's blending into your skin nicely. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with orange, okay? Be careful with this. This is not as forgiving of a step. I'm still like putting on so much. So you're gonna take it and you're just gonna, right where the yellow and the red meet. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. No, it looks okay, it looks okay. But I'm not putting on as much. Just kind of blending the yellow and the red. It's like a rainbow. And nothing's perfect, okay guys? This isn't a part of your body, like, it's gonna look like makeup. That's kind of the point. This is a different palette. This is Earth and Stone Revolution Pro. I got it because it was on sale. That's the only reason I got it. And I'm gonna be using the color Majesty. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go all in. Just keep checking. This might not be the best palette, honestly, like it was on sale, so maybe it sucks, but that's why you just build, and that's why you have the correct primer so that you can work with it. Okay, it doesn't have that much pigment on it, but we're gonna start with this. So you're gonna go in and just dab it on. I need to think of a better word for what this is, like press it on, I guess. So you're just gonna keep building this. You know what you could do is put like a yellow right there, just so that there's a better base color to make it more vibrant. I'm just not gonna do that. You know, I like what I'm doing so far, but that might be a suggestion for one of you guys to do. And also, what I like to do with this step is I kind of have a boundary that I keep it in. I think that helps make it look a little more clean, because then you have that transition color shaping everything, framing everything, and then you have the glitter underneath it. This glitter is not cooperating with me today. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of breaking it up, like kind of stabbing it almost, so that, yeah, there we go, so that I get more glitter. Okay, I'm liking how this is turning out. Notice there's fallout. You might not be able to see, but there's glitter falling. Don't worry, I haven't done my face makeup yet. I can take a baby wipe and just clean everything off. It's the beauty of starting with your eyes. Just building. With your eyes, it's mostly just building. That's really mostly what it is. Now, when you're trying to blend the red and the glitter, just go like this, just gently. Because remember, you don't want to get too much glitter onto the red. Just gently blend it. That looks good. I like that. Wow. Wow, this is turning out so well. So happy. Okay, I'm gonna take my Morphe palette. This is the last color, don't worry. And then I'm gonna take a lighter glitter color. So I'm putting it more towards the inner corners, just to make it brighter. Once again, you gotta get a lot of pigment on there. Now normally, once I'm done with this step, I'll go straight into my face makeup, and then at the very end, I'll do my under eye. But because I want to show you like a complete eye look and then do my face makeup off camera this time, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. But I just want to let you know like what my normal pattern is. So I'm gonna start going underneath, okay? Just kind of merge these. Okay, if you get a little glitter in your eye, that's probably not good, but I've lived this long and I'm okay, I think. Okay, so now everything that we just did, we're gonna do it backwards on the bottom. So you're gonna take that fluffy brush, the one that we used for our transition color. Oh my gosh, I can't see. And you're gonna take, let's start with the yellow. You're gonna take that yellow and you're just gonna go for it. Now guys, do not be afraid to go too far down. Now obviously you're not gonna be putting your eyeshadow down here, but don't be afraid. Don't think like, oh my gosh, that's too bold underneath. Trust me, by the time you're done with all your makeup, you're gonna be like, wow, I didn't put enough underneath. Trust me. Trust me, guys. Okay, so just kind of get wild. And then also another nice thing about doing this before your face makeup is that you can just go in with concealer and fix it if you need to, so really don't worry. Okay, now match this here, okay? Just kind of do a line so that you're kind of blending everything. You can tell, like, you can't really see the yellow that well. That's what I'm saying, like, I'm going pretty far down, like more far down than I usually go, and you can barely see it. So now we're gonna take the orange and just put it on. Okay, remember that you don't want to go to the glitter. You want to leave the glitter by itself. Just enough to blend with the glitter, but don't go over the glitter. Now that's it for the orange. We're gonna go in with our transition shade. So whatever shade that was for your skin tone, skin color, go in with it just underneath. Okay, so you're kind of going on top and underneath the orange that you just put on. You just kind of want that to be the transition tone that transitions that orange into your skin color. Like a shadow, remember? Okay. Yes, I love it. I love it so far. Oh man, wow. Okay, now you're gonna take the other brush, this one that still has purple on it, but it's okay. We cleaned it enough to where it's not getting on us now. And you're gonna take the red. And you're gonna go on this outer area and just put that red on. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid, trust me. We're gonna put mascara on our lower lashes, and that's gonna cover most of this anyway. So do not think like this is too much. Honestly, for people who are new to makeup, I would suggest just take a day to like go heavy. Just something you would never wear out. Just take a day where you're not going out and just experiment with going heavy with your makeup. You might be surprised. I know I was. I didn't like to be experimental with my makeup because I was scared it'd be too dramatic. But no, it really varies per person, but I've found that people are just more scared of what they don't know. So try it. You might be pleasantly surprised. Wow, I am loving this, guys. Loving it. Wow. That's it. That is it. Now, if you find that the red kind of faded with everything else going on, put a little bit more. Okay? Put more pigment. And then the last step is just make sure it's blended. Just take this and gently, just remember, see where my fingers are? They're not up here because you want it to be gentle. Okay. And just down here, you could do one more swipe. Guys, yes, I love how it looks. I'm gonna do the rest of my face and then I'm gonna put the falsies on last. No, I'm gonna put the falsies on now. Okay. Now, final thing to tie it all together, and then I'm gonna do my face makeup off camera. Guys, are you ready for this? It's gonna tie it all in. Bottom lashes. This was so hard for me when I was younger. Oh my gosh, like I remember I had a spoon and like would put the spoon under, and oh, it was so hard for me. The only thing that helped me was getting this curved mascara brush because, you know, it follows the shape. Oh, it's so helpful, so helpful. Oh, that looks so good. Yes. Oh, yes, I'm so happy. Okay, final one. Yes, I'm gonna stop. This is the eye look. I love it. And remember, go in with a baby wipe and just clean this area up and then do your face makeup, okay? So this is the final look, guys. I love it. I think it looks so much better than my other pictures of it. Yeah, so I'll have everything tagged below that I use, and I'm so excited for future videos. I have so many ideas. I think next I'll for sure do the peach look since you guys definitely wanted that one, and then I'll show you how I do the rest of my face makeup. Also, if you guys are curious, what is a cloud? You know, you hear a lot of things like, oh, it's water vapor. Well, isn't there water vapor in the air already? Why aren't there clouds everywhere then? Or it's just water. Well, my pool is in a cloud, so what is a cloud really? I definitely wanted to know the answer to that, and I'll share that with you next time so that the world can be a little more interesting for everyone. So I'll see you guys next time. I really hope you like this look. Bye!